Back in the action, back in the mix. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Logistical Nightmare Racing Wednesday nights on console. Again, everyone on the stream, hello, how's it? Welcome. Season 3, we're back. Can you believe it? Such a short break, and now we're hitting it off with a storm of a race tonight. 20-minute Porsche Cup sessions at Monza. Full grid, boys. Full grid. Unbelievable. Some old names, some new names. These boys are here. They want to win. They want to take the season with a bang. I mean, I can't even tell you how excited I am just to walk you through what we're going to do this season. I mean, in all fairness, we got Monza, we got Kyalami, we got Donington, we've got Alton, Laguna, Zolder, and then of course bonus point round. 2 of those races will be one make races tonight. We've got the Cup car at Monza, looking at one of the quick boys on track this evening. This is Skitty1. He is out of the box, probably the second guy out of the box, trying to put a banker of a lap. Again, qualifying is only 5 minutes for these boys. Anyone that joined us last season knew that we took a 10-minute qualifying season. This time we just went and cut it by half. We went, take that, boys. See what you can do with a one-lap wonder. Put it on the spot. Make it happen. So these boys are going to fight it hard. They're going to give it all. All they need is that banker lap, because that's probably all they can do. I mean, familiar names, those have been with us. Fireblades here, new boys on the block, DMRE, Jazz, RTA, Fluffy Butt, man. And rumor has it, these new boys on the block are not just here because they are slow pace oaks. They are here because they have pace, they have speed. So front running competition is just going to be epic. Last season, those boys that joined us went all the way out. Skitty was top notch. Eleanor Dave back at it again. He's here. Popcorn ZA did a phenomenal drive. What are these boys going to do with these new individuals? VMR GTI. Unreal. So many new names. Dancy, off the bat, hits it with a 150.889. Seems to be the only guy at this moment that has actually got a qualifying lap. Smashed down. Not the quickest. Sort of suspect we're going to see 49s. But as you can see, all the cars are bashed up together. Some individuals still need to do it. Mulgary sitting in the pits, doesn't even know whether he wants to get out or not. Jay Doble, familiar face, puts down his lap. 2 seconds shy of that 150. He, however, has got someone right next to him challenging for corner 1. And this is going to be tough. That is Fluffy, also trying to put a lap. So boys fighting it out, trying to get the best they can out of a 5-minute qualifying session. Again, just 1 lap remaining, so anything goes. Those boys that hasn't gone through, doesn't have a lap, they're going to sit at the back of the track. Tricky. Dancy still leading. Can Mr. Lionel Messi, 94, hit it off with his lap? That's his only chance. Brings it down 2.3 off the pace. Gonna get him into 13th. Not bad at all. OJJ still haven't done anything. He's on a lap. Skitty is still out there struggling. I think we're in the final sector. So, oh, that's Jazz. So is Skitty. Are these boys gonna put a lap down? DMRE Jazz, that was his last and final time. He put it down again, 2.5 seconds off. Skitty, not a good lap. Doesn't even put down a lap. Oh dear, what has this brought into the play? The boys that used to run so good, unable to put a lap down. Popcorn in second, GTI in third, Dave in fourth. Fluffy, he's still got a couple of corners to hit it. So there is a potential for him. Coming out of Parabolica, hit the exit. Can he improve on his time? Does so. Qualifying pole position for Fluffy. Sorry. Oh my word. Where is the words? Super excited as I speak and I cannot believe it. So, 5-minute qualifying session for these boys have definitely brought out a new challenge. Guys like Skitty used to be on pole. OJJ always did well. He's coming out of Parabolica. Only individual that can probably do something. Slipping and sliding, that's not gonna do him any justice. Turning to garage. Now, I don't know about everyone on the stream, but I think having a 5-minute qualifying session brings a whole new ball game to sim racing. These guys are going to struggle. 2 races back to back, both of them 20 minutes. So those that did not do the best lap sitting at the back of the pit are going to have to fight through the pack to make any positions or any gain. We have no tire changes. We have no fuel requirements. This is just full on sprint racing at its best. Back to back. Let's look at this. Qualifying session was phenomenal. Fluffy hits it out of the park with a 150.3. New guy on the block. DMR GTI, second place on the block. Dancy, normally see him in endurance races. He is back into the Eleanor sprint racing. Good to see him. Third position. Popcorn in fourth. Eleanor Dave fifth. Clayton, new guy on the block in sixth. Wim Charlie smashing it out in seventh. I think that's probably the best qualifying session I've seen from him. Robin Dobbin right behind him. Checo in 9th. Fireblade in 10th. NTZ 11th. Jay Doble 12th. Lionel Messi in 13th. DMRE Jazz struggled. Got down to 14th position. Purple Snuck. What a name. I'll just call him Purple because I don't even know how to pronounce them. He's in 15th. Skritty didn't set a time. A guy that's normally on pole position. He's going to have to fight all the way from the back. OJJ also did not manage to put down a lap. Mulgary didn't do a lap. I think Mulgary decided just to stay in the pits the whole time. And then, of course, Chicken Wing PW1 did not do a lap. 19 boys on track tonight. I don't know. Anyone on the stream, who's your favorite? Who do you think is going to actually pull it out the bag? Again, 2 20-minute race session. Anything's possible. I think in theory what we're going to get is the guys are going to be very cautious throughout the first portion of the race. So race 1, cautious driving, suss each other out, figure out what are they going to do, kick out the strategies. Of course, the guys at the back that we normally see are in the front. It's just not there. So everyone bringing their A game to the race event this evening. And then, of course, race 2 can either go 2 ways. Serious battles, serious dives, serious danger, serious tactics. I don't know. Anything's possible. But 25 seconds to go before we realistically kick off with a warm-up lap. These guys have got to get their engine start up. They've got to get it all ready. Got to get their setups done and dusted. Those that can off the bat needs to be ready. If you not 10 seconds left to go, you're going to start from the pit lane. And nobody loves starting from the pit lane. Not at all. Mr. Boys on the stream. Mutua asking questions there. Skitty, and then, I don't know, we got to get Skitty in here. 16th, unreal. It's just Not normal to see that man there. Fluffy off. He's the man leading it. Got his pole position. He's gotta be so happy for that one. I mean, first season for him in ACC here by Logistical Nightmare. I think it's just one of those spectacular things. This is where you start the bench line. This is where you come out the blocks and tell the boys, hey, I am here to race and you gotta take me on, not me you. Is he the Lewis Hamilton of what we were waiting for? Anything is practically possible. I know from racing experience and have seen him driven on GT Sport. He's a quick guy. Quick off the bat. And then, of course, we have Mr. GTI sitting there. Also a very known individual, drives on PC, races on GT Sport in second place. So a lot of new guys on the block, a lot of new guys in front positions. This is Monza, 5-minute qualifying sessions. How did that happen? That's sort of what I get. How did that happen? And get a couple of things up and running here. See if I can get a few things in and out. Working it along the way. These guys are doing their uploads. I'm doing like funny things just to get things right. I need a few tricks up my sleeve. Gotta go get my stream things ready. Hope you boys are all hearing the sound quality good. I can't hear it. All I can see is my bars moving all over the show. It kind of looks good to me. Seems perfect in all aspects. Just for the sake of it, while we kind of wait for everything to get in, the guys are doing still their final laps, everything's warm up. Gotta go big ups and big thanks to all the Patreon members at Logistical Nightmares. Again, if you like the video, do subscribe, kick it out, give us a shout. Otherwise, join us at Logistical Nightmare. It'll be good for everyone to be here. Shout out to those boys supporting the great community. And then, of course, we are also available at Grid Finder. Go check them out, www.gridfinder.com. Again, they are there purely by giving out all information to other community members and those sorts. We are on the final couple of corners, guys lining it up at Parabolica. In side-by-side action here and there. I'm gonna go to the front of the grid, looking at RTA Fluffy, but he has got DMR GTI right next to him. Dancy behind Fluffy, Popcorn behind GTI, and then Dave Clayton from Charlie in the mix. And as we all know, Monza is just one of those tracks where it can either go good or bad. Let's check out how it's going to be for corner 1 and 2. And of course, the following corners 3 and 4. Then we've got Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2, Ascaris, and then back into Parabolic, get down the long straight, waiting for the green light. It's green, races on, go, go, go. Perfect start there from Fluffy. He hits it off the bar, covers the inside line. He looks, no one is going to really challenge him unless someone makes a serious... Perfectly clean, looking at the lap, no one really bumping and riding each other. This to me is racing. Look at the start. Unbelievable. Boys going side by side through the first and second corner. No real incidents to be recorded. I am baffled. Have you ever seen that? GTI trying to chase down Fluffy, but they've got a bit of a gap over Dancy. Dancy, oh, my telemetry is picking up all over the show. Dancy is being chased down by Dave, who's got Clayton on his rear end. And then Popcorn seems to have lost a couple of spots from the start. Nonetheless, All looks good and clean. Not really seeing any yellow flags anywhere on the grid. Look at these boys side by side, even through les 1, les 2. I am so super excited I can't even stop it. It's unreal. Gotta take a sip of this. I have to sip this. Ah, 20 minutes of racing, boys and girls. RTA Fluffy leading it off in the distance there. He is being chased down by GTI. Boys are doing phenomenally well coming through Ascari. Don't really see anyone struggling to. Guys that I am going to look out for is Oaks by the name of Skitty and NTZ. Skitty trying to make up as much places as he can because he's got to be so disappointed with himself. Taking the inside line coming through Ascari. That's a move on him through NTZ, but he's being chased down by Jazz. So Jazz and Skitty working through the field from where they were. Definitely believe that they can go far ahead of them, but they got a lot of work on them to do. One guy in the pits, that's Chicken Wing. Not 100% sure what happened to him. Oh, one guy missed the braking marker, out, punts it. Big accidents there, big. Skitty is involved, guys going around. Ooh, completely missed that. Someone missed the braking marker. Just as we said, the first lap was brilliant. Second lap, something happens. This is Monza. It just is what it is. You outbrake, miss the whole braking marker, and then you off the entire races. I gotta look at it. There's a couple of guys that's got a couple of beautiful liveries there. It's a bit dark. That you can see it, these guys are doing night racing, 12 o'clock at night to what I understand. It's very dark, track temperatures is at 12 degrees, no rain to be expected, which is kind of good. Let's look at some of these guys on board with Danzi, going through Ascari. He is chasing down Mr. DMR GTI there, looking good, but he's also got Dave on his rear end there. And again, that's only less than a second. Gotta hit the marker properly here. Getting parabolic in nice and right. You gotta be patient. You gotta sit and wait before you go full throttle through that. A bit too early and you go too wide, a bit too late and you go all twitchy, you end up in the barrier. Yeah, you got to pick up as much slipstream as you can. Look out for your brake marker, hit it on the spot. Look how close that gets. Unbelievable close. Picked up a few inches there on GTY. It's just getting far closer than what it was a lap before. Oh, sorry, gotta go back into the wider screen. Gotta look at all the individuals here. Popcorn, he's chasing down Clayton. Did lose a few positions at the beginning of the start. I reckon this man started at 4th, but he's still on it, hanging on it. Clayton doing well from an RTA point of view. Then we have got Robin here with his beautiful livery there, and it seems like him and Fireblade looks to be like teammates. Because I mean, those color joints are just identically the same. So these boys are going to do very well in a championship from a team standing point of view. Again, it's all about team racing. So how this qualifies and classifies is these boys sign up as a team, 2 individuals at maximum, 1 at minimum. They can do these races throughout the season. And from a championship standpoint, the best overall team will win it. Again, the best overall team will advance. So all these boys are got to do is got to sit and work together as a team. Get it all in there. Get the best results they can. Work through the system. Work through the traffic and then gain as much momentum as they can. Skitty doing phenomenally well. DMRE Jazz dropped quite far back. And I think this man lost his braking point. Now he's got to work all the way back going forward. Slight incidents, and again, anything can happen. It's one of those things. Incidents happen. Going on the outside line through purple. Wide on Parabolica. That means he's gotta wait, and then use exit. Purple's gonna just fall right behind him. Is Purple going to make a move back onto him? Let him go. Ideally, what you want is to gain that slipstream. Purple looking on the inside line. DMR does look like it's got more momentum and speed. It's all about where they break, how they enter into it. No, move made. Purple breaks a lot. Better. Dave currently chasing down. Looks like there's an individual right here in the middle of the mix. Who is that? That for position, that's number 22. 22, Dancy and Dave on each other. That looks like a three-way battle there, even with Clayton. This is where it gets very, very rough. Oh, boys getting it out. Ooh, that looks ugly. Scotty killed a couple of boys there. Some of them didn't get out properly. Dave seems to be a winner there. Clayton not a winner. Popcorn winning. Robin got through. Blade got through. Clayton really lost a couple of positions there. Not a happy chappy is what I would call it. Lionel Messi also. Ooh, that car looks very broken. Not a happy man for him. And again, first season for him at Eleanor, so I do hope it goes a lot better than that was. Charlie has dropped quite a bit of spots as well. Don't know what happened to him, but that Porsche looks bent and dented. So, guys, all over the place. Is that just pure focus? Are they struggling? Is it little incidents here and there where they just do a bit too overeager, want to win everything on one corner, just realize that you can't? No, that's when Charlie coming into the pits. He's gonna fix his car up. Skitty coming into the pits as well. So Ascari has probably taken a lot of guys out. Not 100% sure what happened there. Boys are gonna kick and scream after the race. That I can tell you. Dancy now still comfortably in third. He is chasing down GTI as best he can. GTI has lost about 1.5 seconds away from Fluffybird. Fluffybird looks very comfortable in his first position. This is probably going to be his first win. 12 minutes on the clock. Less than 12. So that's a good benchmark to do. Is this man the man to beat this season? Looking very good in that Porsche. Popcorn now chasing down Dave. I think Popcorn is part of the pace community or pace team, so he's getting maximum points for his team tonight. Pushing it and persevering from the back of the grid. Jay Doble also part of the pace team, just a different pace team. He's down to 11th, looks very comfortable. Probably he's got OJJ ahead of him, who's going down the straight. Jay Doble is chasing him, who then of course has got Lionel Messi with his broken down Porsche. He's being chased down by DMRE Jazz. Oh! I'm not 100% sure how to describe these things, but it just looks like people are taking each other out or themselves out. But I do appreciate and applaud the fact that they would rather go the other way instead of causing an incident with the guy ahead of you. I mean, that is absolutely respect. From a racing standpoint of view, not everyone does it, and I think everyone who is a racer would appreciate that if you do make a mistake, you don't really take out the guy ahead of you or the guy out in front of you, or behind you or something like that. You kind of sacrifice yourself for the greater good, and that's phenomenal racing. That is what I call respect to each other. Now gotta look at this. Dancy has dropped down, was in third place. I am not so sure what happened there. These guys keep it real. 3 boys in the pits. Jay Doble, Jazz, and Chicken Wing back into it, purely based on the repair. They gotta get focusing and realize this 20 minutes of this race is not going to be that easy. I mean, Porsche Cups, anything can happen. Boys are spinning everywhere. Danzi was sitting comfortably in third position, but now that is now in the hands of Mr. Dave, a well-known individual. Has been in the top three quite a bit. Won one or two couple of races in previous seasons. Looking very comfortable at the moment, trying to chase down a GTI. But he's being closely followed there by Mr. Popcorn. Gonna have his hands full. See if we can capture a bit of onboard here. Back markers in the mix here, so this is gonna bring an interesting dilemma here. I mean, you got Dave there, and then you got Charlie there sitting in right in front of Dave, so that might slow Dave a bit down. That's gonna help Popcorn gain a bit of time, and maybe also a potential position to make a move and get it stick in there. I mean, podium is up for grabs here. Anything can go. DMR GTY is slowly catching Fluffy. Might have been a little mistake there. The gap has gone down. Not a lot, but it has gone down. So is this where the GTI is getting comfortable? Does he feel the need to win his first race? And then we have Mulgari. Is that him? Oh, cameras is catching it up. There we go. Mulgari looking good. He just passed Lionel Messi? Is that Lionel Messi? Telemetries and all that needs to pick up. It does look like Mulgari is ahead of Messi. Yeah, that is it. Good move by him. He's now going to chase down OJJ. DMRE Jazz sitting in the pits, calling it a day. He's really struggled to do anything this evening. A couple of takedowns. Skitty at least trying to finish in 17th. What a race. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. 20 minutes of racing. Skitty looked like he was on a charge, heading for top 10. Still all the way back in 17th. Had a couple of mistakes, and all we saw was a burnt, bent, broken Porsche. Back to the action. Front boys are running quick. GTI did lose a couple of positions there. Popcorn not gaining a lot of time, but he is on the tail of Dave. Dave is trying to catch up the boys in front of him, and I'm not too sure if that's ahead of him, but that still looks like it's Charlie. So Charlie looks very comfortable where he is. He's got his nose and his car ahead of Dave. At some other point you're going to see Dave going flashy so that he can get past him, because the last thing Dave wants is to lose time and positions. But it does look like they're both running similar paces. So again, it's all ooh, Charlie losing it, and Dave loses it as well, just trying to react to it. That is not a pleasant scene at all. Furious and frustration that would be. That is Fireblade now passing Dave. So as we got into Parabolica, what we kind of noticed there is that Charlie got a bit too sticky. Car went a bit, well, the rear end just wanted to give way. That's kind of what it is. Charlie managed to handle it, but then of course Dave had to do something to avoid an incident. By doing that, he slammed on the brakes. Rear end decided to go, nope, that's not the way you do it, and that just cost him a podium position. And that gets Dave move Popcorn all the way through. Now Popcorn made a couple of mistakes there, not good for him. Jumped a couple of curbs just as we spoke about it. What is this? Commentator's curse this evening. And he's got Robin Dobbin now all over him. Of course, Robin Dobbin in between him. We still have Charlie there in the mix. Charlie is just all over the show. Now again, he's allowed to race. He's being blue flagged. He's got the waves. Probably suggest that he needs to move out of the way as best as he can, if he can. And he doesn't need to. This is not Formula One racing, boys. Only in Formula One you have to give way. Ideally, you gotta run your own race. You gotta chase down the guys ahead of you. But if you are sandwiched in between two guys that are going to fight for position, you might need to rethink your situation and try and reevaluate it. Dancy and Dave now, these boys are fighting it. And again, they were fighting it in the beginning. Something happened to Dancy. Now something has happened to Dave. So Dancy and Dave is on a battle. Then we've got Clayton there right behind him. So biggest battle in the last remaining minutes of session 1 is Clayton versus Dancy versus Dave. What an unpredictable race. What an unpredictable race. I don't even know how to call this anymore. I was going left and then they ended up going right, and now we're going backwards and then we go forward. Too much has happened. I hope for the next race the boys have learned whatever they've done wrong in the first one, the next one they're going to be either more cautious or be more severe. I sort of predicted that will be less incidents than what we saw this evening. But this is racing. This is a cup car. It's not that easy. It's not that simple. That's sort of where it sits. Ideally I can't even explain it or express it, but what a difficult car. This is not the normal GT3 Porsche. Very, very difficult to get a good setup here. This car is made for speed. Speed it is. Definitely as good as it can get. Dave making headway now. Does look a bit more comfortable. He's got Fireblade now with him, so Angry Dave is now catching Fireblade. Needs to make up positions, already lost quite a bit. Does he have enough in the tank for probably 1, maybe 2 more laps to make a move on Fireblade? I'm not so sure. Dave looks good, but is he that good coming down the slipstream? Is he close enough? Catching a bit, but not there. Now he's got to hit his brake marker. There's no means for him to make a dive there. Too far away for that. Set it up, see if he can catch it. Dancy and Clayton also there at the back, battling their way. Ooh, Clayton made come out a bit loose out of corner 2 there. Dave closer. Fireblade closes the door on him, goes defensive. Doesn't really open the door for Dave though. Dave's going to try and see if he can capitalize coming out of that corner. Does he? No. Probably about the same exit speed into Lesmo 1. All about figuring out where the place is. Make the guy work for position. No pass is an easy pass. That does look like Dave gets a bit sticky coming out of Les 2. Lost a bit of time. He now has Dancy all over him. So instead of going in the offense, he's now in the defense. Now he's got to stick it up into Ascari. Go defensive against Dancy behind him. Can he make it stick? Dancy looking fantastically good and aggressive at the same time. So where do we stick? This is the final corner. RTA, Fluffy Butt takes victory. GTI coming in second place. What a race. Popcorn, who was third, is third. Robin Tobin in fourth. Fireblade hits it in fifth. Dave still makes it in seventh. Dancing not far behind. And Clayton. Then we have NTZ final in ninth, coming down Parabolica. Final corner for him. brilliant race so far. OJJ being chased down by Mulgary, so this is not over for these boys. Top 10 for OJJ. Can he stick it out there? Lovely exit there by Parabolica. Mulgary cannot get anywhere close to him. That's 11th for Mulgary. Lionel Messi in 12th. Purple Slug is still on track. He looks to be taking 13th position. And Charlie has already finished in 14th. Jade Doble in 15th. And then we've got two more remaining guys. Oh, Skitty finished up as well in 16th. This is Purple Slug doing the final corner, the last individual to cross the line. What a race! Unbelievable. I kind of cannot express that in any terms. I don't know how to state that, but that is what happened. That just happened. So the top three boys that started off the qualifying session actually did phenomenally well. They did their race, stayed out of trouble, stayed out of anything else, and did phenomenally well. And everyone else behind them was all over the place, all over the show. Someone that entered with an Audi. How did you do that? Do not know. So, 20 minutes done and dusted. This is what happened. And I think it is absolutely fantastic. Big ups to the guys winning. The three podium winners did phenomenally well. Robin in 4th, Fireblade in 1st, Dave in 6th, Dancy, Clayton, NTZ, and then rounding up the top 10 is OJJ. So race 2 is just going to be one of those races where anything can go. How these boys are going to do that, I don't know. But again, looking at the qualifying sessions, this is where they're going to start. Will Fluffy do a back-to-back victory? Can GTI keep second place again? Will Dancy be back into the podium? I mean, these are three boys that have just done 1, 2, and 3 in the first race. Oh, Dancy was not there. Sorry, Dancy fell out a little bit. Popcorn made 3rd position. Dave had a little tail slapper there with Charlie coming out of Parabolica. And the guys that I thought would come up and do phenomenally well fell off the bandwagon a bit. Well, we got one more race to do. Anything is potentially possible. For all of you on the stream, realistically, do not go away. We will definitely be back soon. Catch you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back. Welcome back. Peace and quiet. Lovely. Let's recap this again. For those that have just joined us, welcome to the race. This is the second race of the evening. 2 by 30-minute races back to back with these boys. Again, this is going to be phenomenal from a qualifying standpoint. These guys had 5 minutes to do the best lap they could, and that doesn't leave enough time for anyone to do that perfect lap on a track like Monza with a Porsche Cup car. So we've just finalized the first race. I would say that was phenomenally eventful. Realistically, I'd love to see all the back chatters and all the boys talk afterwards. But having said all these lovely things, it was just amazing. Now we've got the boys that have kicked off the race. Well, not the race itself, but they are now doing their warm-up lap. So anything is going to happen with the next race. 20 minutes of Porsche Cup car at Monza, here at Logistical Nightmares. Again, this gives me the opportunity to go out, reach out and say big thanks to all our Patreons and our YouTube subscribers. Again, thanks for you all. It is phenomenally well to have such an amazing support. Fantastic community. If you want to join us or participate or take part, feel free to head over to our Discord channel. If you want to know where it is, you can find it on our website. We are on all other social media platforms, aka Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We do various types of racing each week, commentate some of them, but in theory, in all fairness, we do console races, GT Sport and ACC, and then of course we have kicked it off recently with a PC series, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, and then of course on Sunday evening. We are gamers, we love sim racing, therefore we do it at night. This is our hobby, we love what we do, appreciate it. Do go to our YouTube, do hit the like. If you think you can commentate better than me, man, feel free to join me at any given point, or hook me up. I am your host this evening, Sean. So, race 2, Porsche Cup. Wednesday night, ACC at console. Here at Logistical Nightmare Racing. Season 3, Race 1. I got a couple of guys that actually sent me messages. So Mr. Chicken Wing, the guy that we are watching at this moment, he's still in the ghosting mode, ghosting position. Mr. Chicken Wing here had a problem in race 1. He just sent me like a message, went like, no, struggled to get off the line, had some wheel issues. And again, we kind of call that as a mechanical failure. That's a tough one to swallow. Things like that does happen. I mean, in any given racing scenario. Guys on the stream, welcome to you all. I think I'm just going to give a shout out to those I see. Ike, you are there. Mr. Paul Fenter, F1 fanatic, you seem to be supporting Mr. Purple. Good to see you. Boudoir. Anyone else that feels free that they want to just say hi, welcome. Oof, where is my camera set? So everything's a bit off. I am in the wrong car. My humble apologies for this. Just nothing wants to work. Green, I can now go and click what I want to. Holy crap. There we go. Back to the racing. This is where we are. First round. Off the bat, GTI goes on the inside line. Fluffy butt caught off guard. Therefore, he is going to be in second now. Needs to cover it a bit, boys. Doing a bit of bumping there at the back. Oh, more bumping, more bumping. That just doesn't look good. One tap after the other doesn't go bad. One boy off the grid line there. Makes space, makes availability. Now, what a change of event. GTI off the bat. Kicking it off with a start. I'm going to do a couple of things here. And get my camera angles more and better. That is GTI, the man that was in second place during race 1, got a good start off the racing line, took Fluffy Butt down the first corner. He is now our new leader, and I bet you he's hot. He's pumping and beating because now he's got fast boys getting down the straight. Dancy back into third position. Dave looking good. Clayton has come off the racing line quite well. Popcorn lost again a couple of positions there, kicking off the start of the race. From there on, everyone looks kind of good. No real incidents that I am aware of. Guys, I'm going to keep an eye off is Mr. DMRE Jazz. Currently, according to the telemetry, is in 13th place. I honestly don't know what's wrong with my navigation here, but something doesn't seem right. Gotta go check it out. Something on my set one. Okay. I don't know what it is, but something feels weird just from my viewing point and aspects. I think I'm having a bit of technical issues. I'm not really going to focus on that now. I'm going to try and give you guys the best overview of everything. Early morning, sunshine, rain, GTI in the lead. He's got Fluffy Butt right behind him. These boys are battling it off. They've got a bit of a buffer between him and Dancy, and then of course Dave is right behind Dancy. So a battle we've seen in race 1 is now back into race 2. Clayton also in the mix. Again, 2, 3, 4, and 5 finished the race in sort of that order in the previous session. They are off to a good start. Mr. Charlie as well. Good start from him. He's got Popcorn, Robin, Fireplate, and then of course Jay Doble behind him. And my... Nope. There we go. Can anything pick up? Realistically, I've never seen it have this much issues. It's like my camera just sits and freezes. Kind of doing its own thing. I humbly apologize for that. I literally have no idea. Like, it just gives me the camera angle shots that I don't expect to give me, and I can't keep track of where the guys are. Okay, so I'm gonna go do this. Give you a bit of an overview. Helicam there. That looks a bit better. Probably not that bad. Is my sound going through, by the way? Just making sure. Yes, all those lovely things are working. So all the good things are working. Looking at Dave at this moment, he's trying to chase down Dancy in third position. This is going through Les mode 2. Very tricky corner in itself. You often miss your brake marker or your brake point, and then you just scuff it out coming out of that exit. And we all try and make that That's so possible by having the better exit, because coming down the straight, you got to prepare for coming through Ascari, that left, right, and then of course the left again. Going too wide is going to get you onto the sandbanks, and that's just going to make you lose time and momentum every single lap. So far, it looks very good and beautiful from these guys coming down the straight, heading into Parabolica. Dave takes a tighter line through there, and so does everyone else. And then, of course, we've got this long straight. I have to be fair, I'm really struggling to keep track of this. DTI is still leading the race, Fluffy in second, Dancy in third, Dave in fourth, Clayton in fifth, Charlie in sixth, Popcorn in seventh. Not a lot of position moves this time around. The boys are way closer than what they should be to one another, and of course Dancy being the guy challenging there for position. You see, we're gonna head over to that man. He is very closer than what he was before. Heading on to the tail end of RTA. And of course Dave is not that far off it. Then you've got Mr. Clayton falling a bit behind them. And Charlie is being challenged there by Popcorn. Popcorn doing phenomenally well in car number 25. And of course we've got the two teammates, Fireblade and Robin, good back to back 8th and 9th. Again, they did so good in the first few races. So this time around, now looking at Skiddy making a move on Parabolica 2. Not Parabolica, sorry, that is Les 2. Did he make it stick? Him and NTZ are battling it out. These guys didn't have the best first race, that I can tell you, but they are making up for it in race 2. Gotta make sure that they do hit the markers properly, and so is Mr. DMRE Jazz. He's already made a couple of positions up. He's down in 10th, hitting it through Parabolica, going up the straight. He's got a couple of seconds between him and Fireblade, so 4 seconds delta difference. Can he make that up and make that happen? Popcorn, on the other hand, he's trying everything he possibly can to make a move on Charlie, but that is not happening. And then, of course, we've got Dave and Dancy battling it out. That does look like Dave is covering the inside line. Not so sure what happened there, but these boys are way closer to each other than what they were before. I'm gonna stick it onto here because this is where the action is. GTI is being challenged by Dancy, and Dancy is way closer than what he was a couple of laps ago. Dave is now in third position. He has Fluffy Butt behind him. So some of the boys have brought their A game now in race 2, and this is where it sits. Big competition here. Look at this closeness. Dancy on the tail of GTI. Angry Goy's coming down. Plenty of space. Is he gonna make a move now? No, still sits there. Ooh, bit of a wide slide there by GTI. That's not gonna give him the momentum he needs. Dancy all over the back of him, going left, going right. He is on the outside line. That is as quick as he can be. Is he going to challenge for position coming through the first corner? Covering it up. Yo, brilliant drive there by GTI. Covering the corner from the inside to the outside, leaves no room for Dancy. It says, you are not allowed to take this victory from me. Again, 10 minutes of racing still going on. Can he keep that up? That is the bigger question of it. So there's big things happening in race 2. Lots of boys fighting it up. Dave is in 3rd place. Fluffy struggling this time around. He's now being challenged by RTA Clayton, who sits behind him in 5th. Popcorn is down to 7th. He has made a move on Charlie in 7th position. Of course, we got the two teammates, Fireblade and Robin, 8th and 9th, looking very comfortable. Jazz is slowly bringing down that delta to the guys ahead of him. Big gap between him and Jay Doble, who's in 11th place. Then we've got OJJ sitting there comfortably. Skitty back in the pits. Not a good night for him. Him and... Ooh. Both him and NTZ in the pit. Chicken Wing doing phenomenally well. Started at the back of the race. He's got a good race now. Good to see him going. I mean, just after he had some mechanical failures in the race 1, he's now out there doing the best he can. Lionel Messi struggling there. OJJ doing good. Purple Snuck has got his own team, guys. People voting and kicking and screaming the door here on. Back to the front. GTI still leading. Managed to make a bit of a gap there. Don't know what happened on the previous one. Maybe made a bit of mistake here and there. Fluffy doesn't seem comfortable. He is dropping down positions there. And he's dropping some more. So I don't think this is one of Fluffy's best races. Something has gone horribly wrong for Fluffy in race 2. I can assure you he's not gonna be a happy man when he finishes. Wins the first race, struggles in the second race, and based on what I can see, he has dropped down a lot of positions, sitting at the back of the pack now. So GTI caught him off guard in the beginning of the race, took the winning lead from corner 1. How that happened, not so sure. Dancy being very challenging. He's now in 2nd place. Dave is in 3rd. Now if he can keep that up, that is the podium for him for sure. Robin Dobbin and his teammates are closer to each other, but they have to be because they've got Jazz chasing them down. Oh, it's like my remedies just get stuck there. I have to admit it doesn't feel like my voice is so used to talking that much. Oh, I'm sipping all the liquid I can probably have. So, guys, catching up to the boys ahead of them. Mr. GTI still leading the pack. Good battle between the top running boys. 7 minutes to go, so again, anything can happen. Fluffy, like I said, not having the best races. There he sits, coming down the straight line now. Very uncomfortable race for him. Nonetheless, giving it all he can. Sticks and beans. Here we go. Left, right, middle and center. Top 3 boys in close contention with it. Someone went off the track there. That kind of looks like it was Popcorn. Is it? Yes, Popcorn made a slight error there. No, it's not. That's... Ooh. Not really sure. Popcorn's through, so Charlie made an error. That gave an opening for Popcorn to go down and chase down Clayton. Was that Clayton? I need to figure out who I am. That is Clayton. So Clayton made a big error. My apologies. Trying to figure all this out. Clayton made a mistake. Popcorn has gone through. So the two RTA boys, whether it's Fluffy or Clayton, both of them not having the best of races for a race 2. Still putting it in. Plenty of things can happen coming down the strip line. Let's see if I can see anything from here. giving you a moment to look at the leader through his eyes on his lap. Final few corners there by the leader of the race, DMR GTY, putting it down. And man, that sound of the Porsche is so lovely to sit and listen to. Coming in through Parabolica, he is still being chased down by the other two boys, Nancy and Dave. So they are going to do as much as they can to try and take that winning position from GTI. But he just looks unstoppable this evening. Oops. That's what happens when you press the wrong buttons here and there. Looking for more battles here and there. Fireblade and Jazz. So Jazz has made his way past Fireblade. Probably missed that during the last lap. Now he's chasing down Robin Dobbin, who is still in 8th position. Now we all know Robin is not a man that's going to give it up that easy. So Jazz has got his hands full if he's going to think at any means that he can make that move stick. And then of course Jay Doble needs to be very defensive as well, because he is currently in 7th position. Got a hungry Dobbin behind him. And these three boys are going to fight it out now in the next few corners. Depending on who's got the bigger kahunas, he is the one that's going to gain and reap the rewards. Fireblade looks like he's settled down lovely there in the back. Doesn't look like he's going to do much effort to make up towards this battle. Of course, Dobo has got a big gap in front of him from Charlie, so not that much happening on that end. Oh, that is Jazz looking on the inside line. He is hungry for more points, more positions. Didn't go his way this evening. That's heading it down the straight. Ooh, someone made a big mistake there coming out of Ascari. That is car number 27, I think. Something has happened there. Might have missed a few things, but I think one or two boys have made a big mistake there. Fluffy Butts in the pits. Not happy in general. I don't see Robin Dobbin. Robin. Oh, it looks like Robin was the unfortunate loser coming out of his car. Didn't pick up quite what happened there. But between him, Jazz, and Jay Doble, the battle was quite close. So I don't think what occurred was any means intentional, even if it was an accident. Probably just slipped the grip I'm gonna see if I can keep track of this again. It's so difficult because nothing really works, but we're all about out of time. Looking back to the leader, this is probably going to be their final lap in general from a race too. I really struggled to do anything here because somehow some things didn't work. GTI seems to be the guy that's going to take full-on victory here, coming through with a checkered flag winning. Come on, camera. There we go. DMR Dancy, Dave in third, Popcorn coming through in fourth, Clayton already passed Parabolica. He is in fourth. Oh, all my things are not working well. Ah, jeez. Sorry, I have to apologize. I cannot explain how frustrated I am at this moment. Trying to show everyone everything, but my camera angles doesn't work. So that is Fireblade coming in ninth. Mulgary in 10th. Lionel in 11th. OJJ doing phenomenally well in 12th, so he's got a final few corners hitting it through. Fantastic drive from him. Dave doing the final walkthrough of the race evening. I gotta go. I gotta say that. Look, race two was epic. It was very hard for me to actually figure out who goes where, what goes what. But these boys did a phenomenal race in race two. Looked a lot cleaner. It looked a lot better. It was a lot of better excitement here and there. Front runners GTI takes it from race start to race finish, which is phenomenal. How he managed to pass Fluffy Butt on the first instance is unrealistic. I'm gonna try and go and capture all the timing information for round two. These are your winners this evening. GTI takes it by from lap one all the way through. A couple of incidents here and there. Skitty did not have a good evening this one. It's probably one of those that he's gonna write off the books. Idealistically, I'm gonna see if I can get a few of these boys into the commentating scene. Let's see if I can find some of them. Get some individuals uh, back into a chat. I really want to know what happened to some guys. So I'm gonna go interviewing. Let's see if we can get some. Dave. That's Fluff. At DTI. And then, of course, who else can we get? Who else can we get? I don't want to get too many, otherwise I'm going to sit and talk forever. Dancy is definitely one of them, so I'm going to go Dancy. Dancy, Dave, GTI. Just going to go three of them. These are the guys that did what position 1, 2, and 3. What a race. What a race. Who do I have? Who do I have? Ah, Mr. GTI. Sorry, man. I'm trying to multitask here today, and it's gonna be a bit tricky for me. So, welcome. Let me just get the volume up. The volume up. There we go. I'm fairly sure everyone wants to hear your voice. Uh, so walk me through this. Walk me through this. Race one, race two. Race one, you finished in second position. Race 2,
Yeah,
you
no.
smashed it out of the park and takes a victory. Like, explain that to me. How bad did you
First
heart
round,
pump?
I, I was stressed the whole time. I'll be honest. Um, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I was stressful the whole time, pretty much. Um, race one, Stain was way too quick. I just made far too many mistakes behind him, specifically on the brakes. So yeah, kudos to him. He did exceptionally well there. Race two, I got a jump on him for some reason. Got a good start in race two, and yeah, um, for a change, I was near the front of the grid, so makes life easier.
So when you got the jump on him going into the corner one in the second race, I mean, what was,
Yeah.
besides the fact that you had hard pulsing the whole time and you kind of, it sounded like you knew he came across as quicker. It doesn't seem like he was on the same pace as you in the first race. Is that what you got, or is this just him taking a bit more relaxing stance on the second race and then seeing how it is? I
Um,
hope he does come
I
in here
was
because I want to ask him.
yeah, I'll be honest. I was pretty much on the limit in terms of the second start. He went through quite nice and clean. So yeah, kudos to him. Drove really well.
How's it, guys?
There we go, Fluffy,
Yeah,
Mr. Fluffy.
well done, Stan. Good
Well,
job, mate.
How's it, GTI? Sorry for that little bump on the rear end, buddy.
That's all good, mate. No worries.
I
bump
really
on.
thought there was space between us, but I just saw you going sideways. But I did slack down.
Yeah,
Three
I had
places.
a bit of a tank slapper going through there, so yeah, apologies for that.
So it's one of those things I've missed during the race. You were dominant, Flavius. Your qualifying was phenomenal. Your race one, you set the benchmark for the season that you are probably one of the guys that the people behind you are going to chase. And then race two, GTI just took a jump on you, and it seemed like you were more relaxed in the second race, or was it just my viewpoint that I noted there?
No, I'm struggling with a headache tonight. Even the first race, I had a hard time focusing. And I think GTI could see that because the gap between us was fluctuating quite a bit.
Mhm.
Because then
Mm.
I'd make a mistake and then he'll catch up and he'll make a little mistake and then I'll pull out again. So it was quite tough keeping focus. And during the second race, the headache just intensified and just couldn't cope. And that including the slip from GTI, it's quite difficult to keep the pace through the corners. So I just kind of slipped back a little bit.
It did look like it, man. I was watching the race one, commentating and seeing the guys, and it seems like a lot of individuals struggled throughout the corners. I saw more spins in race one and than I did in two. Even the top dogs, like we would know Skitty, Mr. DMRE, Jazz, I sort of expected to see somewhere up there, but it was it that tough? Was it that difficult in this car in these conditions?
Yeah, it's very tough to keep temperature in the front tires. I mean, they were basically blue throughout the race.
Yeah, the
So
front right is very cold.
yeah, so that kind of makes it difficult on its own. And then take into account you're sitting 3/4 of a second to a second behind somebody, and you're going through the last corner. You lose so much front end grip, um, and it's quite tough to just stay with somebody.
Hmm.
So yeah, the cold temperatures really did play a role in how the race played out.
Well,
And
it was.
also, I
Hmm?
found on in the slip on the brakes, it's quite hairy in this car.
So
It's
Yes,
if
not easy
there
to
was.
judge your braking points with it.
that
Yes, there was one lap that I was actually in your slip, and we braked for that first corner, and I just saw you coming closer, and I don't know how it happened, but we went through the first corner without touching, and
Yeah.
that was very very hairy moment.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Mm. Well,
no,
look,
it's been nice, man.
I think you guys new to this season. I didn't see you the previous season. From knowledge, I know you guys race all over the show. I think you set the benchmark there for the rest of the season for the other guys to come and catch you. I suppose. So next race we've got what do we have? Kyalami, which is a South Africa love favorite in a GT4 car.
In
So
the
they
way, isn't it?
I believe it's in the event. It probably is. Anything's possible. The event admins throw a spanner in the wheel on everything they do here, so I would guess it's not going to be easy.
Well, I
Uh,
can tell you, I've never done a lap around Kyalami before, so I must still learn the track. And
Oh
if
my
it's wet, it's
goodness.
gonna be, and if it's wet, it's gonna be an all different ball game. So
yeah.
I need to put in some time with this one then.
Well, I've taken my books. I've taken my notebook out. I'm gonna make a note of this. I'm gonna check you out on the next week's race. It's gonna be 50 minutes long. If it is wet in a GT4, good luck is all I have to say. Um,
Thanks, man.
again,
Yeah, cheers.
big congrats to the both of you. I think it was a phenomenal race. This is the start of the new season, so it's going to be epic going forward. There is another 6 races to go. One, which I believe is a secret, according to the event admins, keeping it a secret. Oh, I don't even know what it is, so it doesn't even help if anyone asks me. Again, backs up to it. 2 by 2 minute races, Porsche Cups. You guys did phenomenally well. Big congratulations. I'm definitely going to be hoping to speak to you guys again soon next week, but I will keep an eye on both of you. You've set the benchmark out there. And thanks.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, congratulations on that second race, GTI. It's
Thanks, man.
nice to have you riding.
Yeah, good luck. Oh, congrats to yourself and to Danzy and Eleanor, Dave. I think they all had a good run in the race, second race. It was good.
Yeah, no,
Enjoyed
they
that.
did very well, very well. Yeah, congrats to
Yeah.
the podium guys. Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Thank you, Mr. Sharkey, for
Thanks,
having
bro.
us, and again, congratulations on an awesome series. I'm looking forward to the next couple of races, man.
Definitely,
Yeah, it's
man.
gonna be good.
Definitely. It's going to be good. So if anyone wants to join us, again, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, social media. It's not just all about racing at Logistical Nightmare. We do accommodate any other communities there. It's good to be a part of the bigger communities. We all like doing our own things, but at the end of the day, we all love sim racing, and that's kind of what it is. So do hook us up. Again, big ups to the winners this evening. And then, of course, big thanks to our Patreon members. We'll catch you boys next week, same time, same place. You have a good evening, good night, God bless, bye bye.